6 months with Linux Mint on ARM. Real-world performance for power users. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm not here with another quick first impressions video. After ditching my high-end x86 workstation for an ARM64 setup running Linux Mint for a full 6 months, I'm sharing the unfiltered truth. What actually happens when you push this combination hard in a real power user workflow? No hype, no honeymoon phase fluff. Just the stability wins, the frustrating paper cuts, the efficiency gains, and whether it's ready to replace your Intel or AMD rig in 2026.
Why I made the switch. Like many of you, I was intrigued by the promise of ARM. Better power efficiency, cooler operation, lower noise, and strong performance per watt on modern silicon like Qualcomm Snapdragon X series, Ampere, or even Apple M series in a Linux context. Linux Mint's Cinnamon desktop has always been my go-to for its familiarity and low overhead on x86, so I sought out community ARM64 ports, primarily based on Linux Mint Debian Edition, LMDE, builds that bring over the full Cinnamon experience.
Initial setup wasn't plug and play. Official Mint ISOs are x86 focused, so I relied on community ARM64 images and PPAs. Hardware support varies wildly by device. Great on well-supported boards or VMs, more finicky on bleeding-edge laptops with specialized peripherals. Expect some driver hunting for Wi-Fi, external GPUs, or niche hardware. But once running, the efficiency gains hit immediately. Noticeably quieter fans, better battery life on portables, and lower idle power draw compared to equivalent x86 systems. Stress testing the kernel and compile performance. For power users, the real test is sustained workloads. I threw large C++ and Rust projects at it. Think kernel builds, heavy Chromium compiles, and Rust-heavy tools.
Native ARM64 toolchains shine here. Compilation of optimized code often felt snappier than on my older x86 rig at similar TDP, thanks to efficient cores and modern schedulers. The Linux kernel on ARM64 handles multi-core and efficiency core balancing well in 2026 kernels, with Mint inheriting solid upstream improvements. Under 100% CPU load for hours, thermal throttling was manageable on decent cooling, and I saw fewer unexpected hiccups than early ARM days. Rust compilation benefits from native targets, and the ecosystem has matured. Memory management held up impressively during weeks-long uptimes with multiple containers, Docker Podman, heavy browser tabs, and VMs. Cinnamon stayed responsive during workspace switches, though very heavy multitasking could expose occasional desktop lag on lower-end ARM hardware. Nothing deal-breaking with 16GB plus RAM.
The binary translation reality. This is where honesty matters most. Not everything has native ARM builds. Mission-critical x86 proprietary software relies on layers like Box64 for x86-64 and Box86. In 2026, these deliver impressive results, often 70 to 80% of native speed for many tasks, with dynamic recompilation helping a lot. For casual apps and games, it's surprisingly usable. But latency-sensitive or GPU-heavy workloads show the overhead. Emulated binaries and heavy multitasking add friction. Think slower startup or occasional compatibility glitches. Driver incompatibilities for specialized peripherals, certain external GPUs, scanners, or professional audio interfaces remain pain points. You'll spend time troubleshooting or seeking alternatives. Creative production niches are mixed. Native tools, many browsers, code editors, video encoders, fly. Legacy x86 creative apps or Windows-only software via translation/wine add bottlenecks that x86 users avoid.
Sustained productivity, the 6-month view. Over months, the biggest wins were energy savings and quieter operation, noticeable in a home office or on the go. Uptime stability was excellent on supported hardware, with Cinnamon feeling polished for daily driving. Bottlenecks? Software ecosystem gaps persist for some power user niches. Not every obscure tool or enterprise app has caught up. Occasional kernel or driver updates required manual intervention.
If your workflow leans heavily on proprietary x86 binaries or high-end creative suites without strong ARM support, you'll hit friction. The verdict: who should switch? Linux Mint on ARM in 2026 offers a compelling productivity story for many. If you value efficiency, quiet operation, and long battery life, and your tools are mostly open source or have good native ARM support, it can absolutely be a primary workstation. The power and thermal advantages are real and compound over time. Stick with x86, or wait, if you need bulletproof compatibility with legacy professional software, maximum single-threaded performance in specific apps, or zero tolerance for any setup tweaks. Overall, ARM on Linux Mint has matured enough for many power users to make the jump today, especially with community efforts filling official gaps. It's not a universal replacement yet, but for the right profile, it feels like the future. More efficient, capable, and surprisingly daily driver ready after the initial hurdles.
What's your experience with ARM Linux? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. If this helped, like and subscribe for more deep dive Linux content. Thanks for watching. Stay productive.